Also, wir befinden uns im Wohnzimmer des ehemaligen Großmufti von Bosnien und Herzegowina, Dr. Mustafa Cerić. Dr. Mustafa Cerić ist ein weltweit bekanntes Gesicht, international bekannt in Westen wie auch in Osten. Er ist jemand, der sehr unterwegs ist, seit über 30 Jahren sowohl in arabischen, muslimischen Ländern als auch in europäischen westlichen Ländern. Er ist einer der Sprecher des Islams in Europa. Vor allem war bekannt Mustafa Cerić, als er das Amt der Großmufti geübt hat. In der Kriegszeit 1991 bis 1995 war der schlimmste Krieg in Europa, in Bosnien und Herzegowina. In dieser Zeit war er der Großmufti und war natürlich wichtig für die ganze Welt, die Stimme der Muslime hier in Bosnien. Mustafa Cerić ist hier in Visoko geboren, von Sarajewo ca. 20 Kilometer entfernt. Hier in Sarajevo hat die islamische Schule, welche wir heute besichtigt haben, also Gazi Husrevbek Gymnasium besucht und dann die islamische Wissenschaftsfakultät und dann hat in den Vereinigten Staaten, in Amerika, in Chicago seine Promotion gemacht beim Professor Fazlur Rahman, einem sehr berühmten islamischen Reformdenker. Mustafa Cerić war dann Imam, auch gleichzeitig im Islamischen Zentrum in Chicago und später der Hauptimam des Islamischen Zentrums in Zagreb in Kroatien. Und dort, als er Imam war, hat der Krieg erwischt und hat das Land damals nach einem Führer gesucht, wer kann die islamische Religionsgemeinschaft hier führen. Der damalige und der erste Staatspräsident Alija Izetbegović hat sozusagen mit seinem Finger gezeigt, derjenige, der die islamische Gemeinschaft führen soll, heißt Mustafa Cerić, der ist in Zagreb, er soll nach Sarajevo kommen. Der kam von Zagreb nach Sarajevo, wurde hier als Reisu-l-ulema, das ist der Titel, der Haupttitel, vergleichbar mit Kardinal. Reisu-l-ulema bedeutet der Führer der Gelehrten. Rais bedeutet der Führer und Ulema bedeutet der Gelehrten. Der wurde dann 1992 als Reisu-l-ulema gewählt und hat diesen Amt 19 Jahre geübt. Reisu-l-ulema Mustafa Cerić ist auch zugleich mein Doktorvater. Ich habe bei ihm sozusagen auch meine Promotion gemacht, so dass wenn wir in Sarajevo sind, dann besuchen wir immer wieder, weil er ist ein sehr weiser Mensch, derjenige, der immer wieder mit seinen Ratschlägen uns bereichert. Und wir bedanken uns sehr, dass er sein Haus mit seiner Frau Azra, eine wunderschöne, wunderbare Frau Azra, die immer wieder hier Gäste empfängt. Hier waren Staatspräsidenten, hier waren Kardinäle, hier waren großartige Künstler und Akademiker weltweit. Und wir haben die Ehre, hier heute zu sein. Und unter uns sind natürlich der Weihbischof und Herr Dr. Lies, der Dekan der evangelischen Kirche in München. Uvaženi Reisu-l-ulema, dakle sa vaše desne strane ist biskup Minhenski i sa njegove desne strane je dr. Lies, dekan, odnosno prvi čovjek evangelističke crkve u Minhenu. Dalje onda sa vaše lijeve strane moja najvažnija
Benjamin, lass ihn vorstellen doch, oder?
Genau. Ich wollte einfach ganz kurz...
Das kann er machen.
So, Dr. Lies, bitteschön.
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for this invitation. It's a great honor to us being with you, and being welcome here in your house. Thank you very much. We are the so-called Rat der Religionen. This is the Council of Religion in Munich, representing the different religions and confessions in big city of Munich, and we would like to present you the persons. This is Mrs. Schneider, representing the Jewish community.
Welcome.
Oder wollen Sie vielleicht selber was sagen? Ja. Dass Sie sich selbst vorstellen. Ich glaube, das ist am geschicktesten. Wollen Sie sich selbst vorstellen? Ich glaube, das wäre am besten.
Ich mache es auf Deutsch.
Ja, gerne.
Ich bin Vertreterin für die liberale jüdische Gemeinde in München. Wir haben ja 2 Gemeinden und wir sind eine wachsende Gemeinde. Wir sind inzwischen wieder 600 Menschen und ich bin sehr glücklich, dass ich hier sein darf, weil meine Familiengeschichte liegt hier auch.
Welcome to Sarajevo.
Okay.
Welcome.
Jesam razumjela da vam prevedem, znači ona je predstavnica liberalne židovske zajednice u Minhenu, imamo onu što je velika sinagoga i ovu liberalnu i kaže da je njihova zajednica u porastu, liberalna židovska zajednica i njoj je vrlo drago i voli čak i ovaj zrak u Sarajevu jer je njena porodica porijeklom s ovih predjela.
Welcome to homeland. But if I can you understand English?
Yeah,
good.
Understand a little bit.
I visited the synagogue in Napoli, in Italy.
Yeah.
And you know that in Napoli, the only regime of the Nazi regime for non-Germans in Napoli was not able to be implemented. But the Jews were afraid, and some of them left. Those who left made a mistake. Those who stayed in Napoli, they were free and safe. And I visited this synagogue. It's very interesting. And in the synagogue, in the very building where the synagogue is the Center for Goethe Institute.
Ah, good.
And it is run by a Jewish lady. This is for me, for Sarajevo, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Then I visited the Ukraine in April, a month after the beginning of war.
Yeah.
It was organized by an Aliyah Institute for Interfaith Dialogue in Jerusalem by Rabbi Alon. I worked with him 25 years, please. And in Ukraine, we visited a small city on the border with Romania. And the synagogue in Ukraine is very much organized. It was Ramadan, I was fasting. And the Jewish friends, they know what is fasting in Muslims. So they brought me for my breaking fasting in the bus. We were in theater, meeting with the Ukrainian people and so on. So just to tell you that wherever I go, I try to connect with the Jewish communities in Europe, because we in Sarajevo have a special feeling because of Safar Jews who came to Sarajevo in 1492. So yes, I cannot explain all the things, but somehow the Pope was right. The Pope Francis, he visited. The Pope John Paul II, he visited twice, Banja Luka and Sarajevo. But the current Pope Francis, he visited once. And his slogan or his title for the visit was "Peace upon you," as if he was saying "Salamu alaikum," because. But one thing that we always repeat, he said, the Sarajevo is the second Jerusalem. So welcome to Jerusalem.
Die grundsätzliche Frage, sollen wir weiter auf Englisch machen oder mit der Übersetzung? Wie ist
Englisch.
Für ihn ist das angenehmer, glaube ich, dass er selber spricht.
Ja.
Also wenn was ist, dann fragen.
Okay.
For me, English is fine.
Okay.
Bist du fertig?
Ja.
I'm Heinz Reuger. I'm from Germany, from Munich, and I'm representing the Buddhist, the German Buddhist Union, and also I'm president of the Buddha House in Munich, and so I'm blessed that you are doing the honor to be with you and to learn you.
Thank you to bring us Buddha in Europe. Very good. I have so many friends.
Yes.
With the Indian, I visited India twice. India in the program of Indian, not Muslims, but then of course I asked to see Muslims as well. So I am going to Singapore next month for 5 days. So I'm going to meet many of.
In former times, I also have been president of the European Buddhist Union and organizing a big congress in Paris in the UNESCO building called Unity in Diversity.
By the way, do you remember this event of the discovery of the Buddha's relic that was celebrated in Hong Kong? Can you imagine? I was invited for this.
Really?
And
did you go there?
Excuse me?
Did you go there?
Yes,
Okay.
I did go there. I mean, I was first time I was exposed to Hong Kong. You know this one state, two
I
system.
have been there. Yes.
And we had a very interesting interview for 1 hour. Me, a Muslim, and one from England.
There are many.
No, one bishop, one Anglican church, yes. And the other was from Buddhist, of course. It was very interesting. That I had to write about my experience in this Hong Kong. First of all, Hong Kong itself is interesting for me, and the second is to be in a historical forum. They call this forum for the discovery of relic of Buddha that was brought, and they celebrated all over. You haven't been there?
Yeah, I have been there, and you know these relics now in our times they are traveling all
over
the world,
this.
and they also have been in Munich. There was a big exhibition of it. Yes.
But I spent 10 days in China together with the Secretary General of Rabita, Abdullah Turki. After 11th of September, I was honored to be part of the delegation to visit all the European capitals, including Berlin. We were in Berlin for 2 days to explain to Europe that we are not terrorists, that we are peace-loving, and all these things. And then we went to China too, in Xinjiang. We met these Uyghur Muslims. You know that the roots of the Turks is Uyghur. We went on display on the place, and it is very interesting. You know the Shahnameh of the Persian mythology and how the Persian Empire was established was written by Firdaus, a famous Persian writer, like Goethe in Germany. This is in Persian, Firdaus. But there is another book which is written by Nizam-ul-Mulk Seljuk. It's called Siyaset-name, the art of governing. Okay? And this was written in Persian. So the competition between Persian and Turkish in all times is like competition between German and French.
Oh, really?
You know, art, music, whatever, English. So in order to be European citizen, intellectual, you have to know at least 2 languages, German, English, French, or something. So Persians always felt superior over Turks in art, in literature, and all this. So the Turks wanted to show that they can also express in their own language what the Persians are saying about the art of governance. And that art of governance was called also how you say, the advice to prince. You know, they didn't have in the time, like you have Spiegel today, like Washington Post, New York Times, you every day see your leaders, politicians. No, in the old times they had a mirror of prince. So they had the intellectuals to write them how they look like, and what they should do, and what they should not do. So Nizam-ul-Mulk wrote a book, Siyaset-nama, for his king, Malik Shah. He asked him to write him. Washington Post, you know, to see how, where he made mistakes and so on.
Melinda, no?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. So one Turkish Haja, he said, I will write the same as Persians wrote Nizam-ul-Mulk. So he wrote the book of Mirror of Prince. And you know and we visited this grave of this man in China. But that would be not probably interesting as much as if I did not have professor at the University of Chicago, a Jewish professor, Dankov, who translated this book that he wrote, this writer Turkish in Uyghur. So this brought me in a circle of being on the grave of this, the Persian competition, you know, this with the Turks, and then my professor from the University of Chicago who translated this book, and I possessed it in my, and I use it very much in my speeches.
The questions.
Yes, how to advise Mirror of Princes, especially in this book. This Turkish writer said to Prince, to the king, said, 4 small things don't ignore: small fire, small disease, small enemy, and small wisdom.
Yes.
So you are here in a small wisdom in Bosnia, of great Germany. So don't ignore.
You know, in Buddhism, I say in German, die Fragen an des Königs Melindas, das ist ein sehr berühmtes Buch im Buddhistischen, wo der Buddha von König Melinda befragt wurde. This is a very famous book in all Buddhist directions and all Buddhist countries, and it's very, as you pointed out already, very practical also, isn't it?
Muslims recently, I just came from Rabat in Morocco. We had preparation for November in Abu Dhabi in a meeting. And for the first time I heard some Muslim scholars saying there are something we can learn from Buddhism, for Buddha, in terms of focusing on a spirituality in a different way. But
That's another story.
We continue.
It's a very small private thing, because I myself have been first time in Sarajevo when I was 12 years old. And my parents were going to former Yugoslavia, to Zadar, Split, Dubrovnik, and so I already, when I was young, I was several times in Sarajevo, and I enjoyed it already then. And so for me, it's like a travel back in my childhood.
we are in Europe anyway, you know. I go for the Bayram or the Eid in Switzerland one day, next day I am here in Sarajevo, so it is like going to Zenica or to Zagreb. So
Yes.
Thank you.
We continue.
Den Namen werden Sie doch noch sagen.
Krista, my wife.
Welcome.
Moja žena.
You have a good husband.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know.
Without saying he has a good wife. That's obvious. Thank you.
My name is Dietmar Bruckmann. I'm representing the Baha'i faith, which was founded 1863 in Baghdad by Baha'u'llah and is spread worldwide. Perhaps you have visited the Baha'i
Of course,
house of
I
worship
visited
in Birmingham,
Baha'i, of course.
near Chicago.
In Chicago, nine symbols of Baha'i, of course. But I can tell you that first time one Baha'i is a Muslim house.
I'm honored. Thank you very much.
This is history.
And there's also a Baha'i community here in Sarajevo.
Oh, good. Well, I have the book of Baha'u'ddin. I possess his Aqidah, or his in Arabic.
Okay.
And
Kitab Akdas?
well, excuse me.
The Kitab Akdas?
Yes.
Another book.
Okay.
Yes, I am Aykan İnan. I'm the General Director from the Turkish Muslim DİTİB for Bavaria. And in this delegation I represent the Muslim Council in Munich, where also all the mosques are members in the Muslim Council, and we work together. And I'm very active in interfaith dialogue in Munich and in Bavaria. For example, I'm also chairman of Religions for Peace Munich, and we met us also in Lindau at the World Council Religions for Peace. It was a very big meeting and a very good atmosphere there. And in this field I make a lot of things in interfaith dialogue.
Should I treat you as a Turkish or German?
Both.
Okay, so you are both friends.
Yes.
From both sides. Welcome to Sarajevo.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Again, my name is Bernhard Lies. I represent the Lutheran Church of Munich. I'm the dean of the Protestant Church in Munich. And we want to show you a little picture of our Council of Religion. There you can see the Council of Religion during the...
This is Germany.
This is Germany.
Munich.
And so you can see the Council of Religion when we did the prayer for peace in March, 1 month after beginning of the Ukrainian war. And so you can see we are very many people, and today, unfortunately, our Orthodox friends, they couldn't participate in this delegation. So we are only a little delegation, but normally we are very many people belonging to this council.
Well, we have to do whatever we...
The prayer for
we have to do what we have to do to get the Orthodox to join us together. There must be a way. There must be. Well, in Munich, I attended Munich Sant'Egidio meeting.
Yes.
Ah, okay, yes, yeah.
Yeah, great. And in Sant'Egidio, I was asked to announce that next year Sant'Egidio will be in Sarajevo.
Yeah, yes.
And it was, this is why I like Munich.
Yeah,
Yes. And I visited Cardinal, but before your eminence.
Cardinal Marx.
Marx, I visited him in his house. Yes, yes. So Munich is very important for this concordat of and this great event in 4th century, right? In Milano or no?
Sant'Egidio.
Hier mit, genau, da kann der Weihbischof was erzählen.
Genau.
Sant'Egidio,
Sant'Egidio.
genau, hat er gefragt, ja. Genau.
Yeah.
Okay, and auxiliary bishop in Munich. My chief is Cardinal Marx.
Oh, gee, very
He's in Rome at the moment.
Very
with the
good.
Pope. And
He's in Rome now?
yeah,
Okay.
there's all cardinals at the moment
Okay.
are with the Pope. He created new cardinals, and
I hope he will not resign.
no, he didn't.
He said when he was there in Argentina, I think, he said, I am thinking of resigning. Please tell him, don't
Don't.
resign.
The journalists asked him, would you resign if you're sick? And he says yes, and then the journalists tell the Papst talked about resigning.
We cannot have two
Two resigned popes.
yes, emeritus, two emeritus pope. One can be.
Weiß ich nicht, ob er aus Memmingen ankommt.
I'm responsible for the
Es kann sein, dass er einen anderen Flug hat.
For the Catholics, about 600,000 Catholics, and together with Vorgängerin, the Protestant Church, we founded this Council of Religions in 2016. So this is the first time that we are on journey together. We meet regularly, and every year we make a prayer for peace. This year especially for Ukraine, and also in contact with the city of Munich, with the lawyer of Munich, mayor of Munich, and so we are growing. For the Christian Church is a new situation to have several religions in the city. We used either Catholic majority or Protestant majority in the German cities, and now it's not only the Christian confessions mixing, also new religions come, refugees from other countries, and so this is new experience for us. We're still learning that we can live in peace together, that we can work together as religions, and to show religions are not problems, and we can be part of solution of problems.
Your Eminence, thank
Yes.
you very much. If I may say, I am blessed today by your visit. Thank you very much. I could meet you in my office, in the library, Gazi Uster Library, but I asked my friend Groze Imam, he is my Imam. He is a unique, not because he's born in Skopje, but because he is an Imam in prison. Skopje, sorry. But because he's an Imam in Germany. So he is learning from you how to be active like Germans are. And we appreciate his work. And his wife, but without his wife he would not be successful like this. Behind all a successful husband is wife, right? This is in my case, so I measure things by my case. Thank you very much for taking effort to come to Sarajevo in this delegation.